Okay. Let's refresh. Okay, I'm back. I am back. Video unavailable? What do you mean, brother? What do you mean? I don't know why the horizontal YouTube stream just always... Not always, but it starts really slow. Video unavailable. What the frick, man? Okay, the horizontal YouTube stream just not gonna start, I suppose. Dude, it's taking like a full minute to become available. There it is. Oh my god. I don't know, how many minutes is that? Like 2? It took like 2 minutes for the horizontal stream to come online. Failed to build rider link. What? What happened? I have no idea what happened. OBS crashed, Chrome crashed. And like they both like auto popped up with like bug reports to submit. Which I've never seen before. I don't know, I have no idea what the hell that crash was about, but we're back, baby. We are so back. And we're gonna be doing let's not do so much yapping this time so I can actually be productive. Let's actually do things. Crazy concept, I know. But yeah, what do I want to do here today? I suppose. Hello, welcome back. Zucka, welcome in. We crashed just a few moments ago, so I just had to restart the PC and the stream. Okay, so yeah, I guess what I'm gonna do. Okay, thank you. I guess what I want to do is like iterate on colony tasks. Get colonist oh yeah. I built this like giga task that should handle all of it, hopefully. Okay. Laith, hello, welcome in. Hello. So yeah, let me get out my little sheet here. Let me just think and look through this. Yeah, I mean, I guess I can recruit colonists to my colony. I mean, maybe I should just go through that code and remind myself what I did. And I suppose what I'll need to do is work on colonists actually bringing things back to storage locations in the colony so that they can actually like eat food and stuff without oh, and I need to do the find bed logic. Okay, let's just do let me create a little list here. So I'll claim bed, claim/sleep in bed is 1. that I'll need to do. Food, like use food. Well, first of all, I'll need some tasks that what task will I need to work on? Like forage for food, put in storage so that they can grab from storage. You're just doing all tasks from state trees? Yeah. Purely state trees. Forage for food, put in storage. Use food from storage. And I guess that's kind of the main flow. 'Cause if they can sleep and they can eat food, that's like the main thing. And then maybe, 'cause right now they just sit on the ground and eat. So I do find chair to eat in. Find chair to sit and eat in. Lath, hello again. Claim and sleep in bed. Is that the first thing that I want to do? I kind of actually want to do that after. I think the food is more important because otherwise you're just going to be running around looking for food. Rip bro, what's up? And then after we do that, then we can get into like the different tasks, I suppose. So we need to redo probably construction. Well, no, tree chopping, because we need them to go get trees to chop or to get wood. So tree chopping task, construction task. And I guess priorities, because right now these are just commands and there's no priority system. I think maybe once I get those all working, then I do priorities, a priority system. And I'll need some UI for that. I will need some UI for that. Use food from storage, force food, put in storage. Re-chopping task, which includes putting it in storage. Construction task, which includes getting the resources from storage and putting them on the construction thing and constructing it. And then maybe I just need like a hauling task as well. Yeah, we need hauling. I don't know if now's the time for that though. Find chair to sit and eat in feels bonus. That feels like a bonus, a stretch goal. That may not be super important, but I guess I just need forage for food and put in storage is probably the first biggest thing, because I need them to not be running around like chickens with their heads cut off, which is what they do when they can't find food. Super glitchy. Cool. And let me see how well they do that already. I'm gonna grab this guy. Join my colony and forage. You kind of suck at looking for food, don't you? You're just gonna... I can see some right over there. He is trying though. He does have it as a task. But I guess that state tree logic needs to change, because if he has a task, I maybe need to make this a sub state. Yeah, so we stay in there if they have a task. Let me go to that sub tree. Is that a sub tree? Oh no, that's a task. Okay. And so if get colonist task fails, I want a different output here. Submit, Adam, hello, welcome in guys. Welcome in. Doing some game dev today. But yeah, your forage already kind of sucks, and I don't think you're just gonna keep it in your inventory. And so you pick up the object and you just do nothing after that. Tier Ghost, hello. Welcome in. First time chatter. Hello. So I think I may need to split this out into different states and stuff. This is just like one state. Yeah. So let's see here. This is going to be the new colony tasks. Let's call this like old colony tasks. And it is going to have get colonist task. I can actually use blueprints now. That's not what I pressed. Get colonist task. So we return failed, and then on failed, we go to next selectable state. Success. We go in. Now I believe this is all output information. Okay, so let's create a new state within there. So yeah, on success, we should go in. Do I need to, I forget if I need to go to next sibling state. I think it'll automatically go in there. But we need to get the task, and I guess we wire that up into find path, move to interact. And I suppose we re-get this on now if this one fails, when does it fail actually? Because I only want it to fail if there is a So I guess there's kind of two different failure cases. One is like they don't have a task at all, like no one has given them a task. You know, of course, for that we would go to the next state. And maybe I should just have like an enter condition for has colonist task. But the other one is when, like, you know, say I'm foraging for food. There's no food in my radius. You know, I think this would also fail. But in that case, do I still want to go around foraging for food? So let me pull up RimWorld real quick here. RimWorld work priorities. Yeah, so this is what oh god, it's so pretty low res. But here's what the work priorities for RimWorld look like. And so so these guys will be like firefight, patient, bed rest, basic, and then they'll handle, and and then they'll construct, and then they'll craft, and then they will mine, and then they will tailor, and then they will haul, clean, and then they will be a doctor, and then they will hunt, and then they will smith. So I will do something similar to this, but I'm wondering if it would be nice to have like a kind of like a, hey, forage if just nearby, you know what I mean? Or it's like he has his main priorities, which is maybe construction, but if there's like some plants that he can forage nearby, just grab those real quick or something, you know? That might be a nice setting to have, but again, we need to keep it simplest implementation. I gotta keep reminding myself that and stop thinking about you know, the final vision. So yeah, we'll just assume if there are none in the radius, we still want to do it forever, right? I guess it's kind of weird, right? Because there's got to be like a target. Because if it's just forever, right? If they just like do forever, then it's then they're just kind of on that task forever, and then there's no like overflow to the next task. So there's got to be some like limit to like foraging for food, right? I think the first rational choice would be like within a certain radius of the colony, because it's not like RimWorld where it's like, in RimWorld you have to mark everything for being harvested, or like for being like things out in the world like bushes and berries and trees and what else, like heel root. You mark all that for cutting, and then they'll go and cut it if there's things to cut. But in my game, it's going to be different because it's just unrealistic for the player to mark everything that should be cut. So that's, I think, one of the design decisions I have to make as doing a third-person RPG colony sim, is that I have to do like smarter logic on where to go to do it. Right, since you're tracing around, if it hits a certain item, it will do the task if it's higher prio. I think I know what you mean when you say that. You just mean like if they're a miner and a forager, they do a trace. If there's things that are mineable and the mining is higher, they'll do that first. And if not, they'll do the plants first. But I mean, like they need to be able to wander around and look for more. Like they need to be able to go find it in the world, right? That's kind of the part I'm trying to settle on now. I think the first choice, I think that would be the most relevant or the most used would be like, you know, forage for plants within a certain radius of the colony, right? Because you don't want your colonists going too far out in the world, but also you don't want them to just like not pick up anything. That's because that, you know, they would just be right next to your base. So yeah, I think within distance from colony would be like the first choice. And then the player can place areas. And maybe I need to go back and work on that, because last time I tried to create an area, it crashed the game. And also the shader I did for it is not very good. It's like a decal kind of thing that it places on the world so you can see what area, but you can like give it a name or something. So I think that would be like the next most useful thing. But of course we would also need like a target thing, right? You're gonna just need to single out things, right? So I think there just needs to be an option to where you talk to the colonist and then you can just click on anything in the world and they'll go do whatever that is. Harvest, mine, construct, dig, you know. But anyways, back to like, let's just, I feel like that's actually like maybe one of the last things that I would want to implement. And yeah, if I'm gonna do like a certain radius from the colony, I need to define where the colony is at, which is kind of like, I guess, the difficult part now. So maybe it should just be within the radius of the colonists themselves, which is kind of what I have right now, right? That is how it's working right now. He does the circle trace. There's nothing in there, and then he just fails the task and goes into the wander task. It just does a idle wander, tries again. Green Coke, hey, welcome in. It's my 2 cents. I always like features where you can assign harvest zones, either by painting or planting flags with harvest radius gives the control over distance and what to clear, etc. Yeah, that's exactly what when I said like the player can create an area. That's the exact concept I'm talking about. It was all good here. Yeah, better now that you're here. Better now. But yeah, welcome in. Yeah, and I agree that kind of a system will be imperative, especially for an RPG colony sim. For sure. Yeah, so maybe we start with area. Maybe we start with area. Because right now defining a colony location is kind of difficult. because like just early game, there's not going to be a colony to go enter with, right? But the colony task data, let me look at entity colony. I don't know if there's anything on here. Yeah, no, it's all in C. Okay. Let's see here. Yeah, so the colony entity data is actually quite a bit. So we have like a task type, duration, target until amount, until time within radius, none, construct, chop trees, forage. I guess within area needs to be added here then. Within radius until time, so you can just say do it for a certain amount of time, forever. I mean, this is duration. Would you do it in the map or maybe an ability in game with overhead camera view to mark locations? I mean, for now it's just within third person mode. What are you building? We're working on a video game. RPG Colony Sim Roguelite. Procedural terrain. Oh, it's not running right now. But yeah, we're working on like some Colony Sim things, trying to figure out what we should do here. Target is like it's just a one-off. Target is like one-off task to do one thing until a certain amount of items are gathered or something for a certain amount of time. All within a radius. Forever. Keep doing the task forever. And I guess within radius could be repurposed into... Because a radius really is just an area that's not created by the player, right? So maybe within area handles both radius or whatever. But also you need to like... I need to think about like... I need to think about like how the user is going to do that in the UI as well. And so that right now that's kind of awkward because it's just like it's just a little dialogue list. It's just a little dialogue list. Any thirst, hunger, or sleep needs taken into account versus travel distance, for example. They do have hunger and sleep right now. It's not taken into account when traveling at the moment. We're still in like very early stages. I do hope to do stuff like that though, because it is annoying. Like in RimWorld, it happens all the time. Like you have a miner and there's some like ore on the other side of the map. And he goes all the way out there. He does one fucking pickaxe hit and then he gets hungry. So he comes back home or he gets sleepy or something, you know? So I do want to have some logic for like, yeah, is this worth doing right now? You know? But yeah, that's kind of a down the road thing. We just need the tasks to begin with. What is that fucking emote? Yeah, I am no stranger to Colony Sim woes, so I know the pain. Is this a hobby or your main job? This is all hobby stuff, yeah. And that's going to be like, especially because like when you have an omniscient perspective in, you know, like a top down kind of Colony Sim game, like you can, those kinds of things are okay because you can catch it and you can very easily, you know, fix that kind of stuff and you can see it happening. But when you're in an RPG Colony Sim, you're going to be a player in the game. So that kind of stuff is going to be hard to like, you know, notice and fix, you know, so It's gonna be one of the design challenges, is making sure stuff like that like doesn't happen. Yeah, I guess I'm trying to think about like how I'm gonna structure this task to handle all these different scenarios. Because I already did like the base implementation here. This is like the naive, easiest solution. I guess if he, well, I guess I gave him a task and it never got finished. I wonder, because he didn't find anything in his radius, that should have gotten finished. Why are you mad at that? I'm thinking like what I want to, like what's the first, I think I need to fix the areas actually first, because I think that's probably the most useful thing right now. Why don't you first make some coffee? It might help. I do have coffee. I appreciate your concern for my caffeination though. I do appreciate that. Sometimes you just got to start somewhere and down the road experience the missing things. Well, that's where we're at. I did start with something. Like, we do have a start here. This is the start. Now I'm trying to think about how this should evolve next. And this is where I need to do the thinking of, like, how am I going to get all these... Is it still... Should I still call it a duration? It's like, maybe you do only... Maybe you want to do time and radius. It's almost like there should be a third thing here where it's like UNME colonist task target. Is target the right term there? I feel like that's, I feel like target is okay. And then this would be like once. Target and target actor is that, and then it will be like, the target is like the where, so that would be like within radius, within area would be another one. But it's also going to be super awkward for the player to specify, hey, what do I want you to do? Where do I want you to do it? And how long should you do it for? Like, that's kind of a lot to specify. Just dive in. I mean, usually that is my method. But now I actually need to like do the design, because I've already dove in, gotten the first, you know, easiest solution out there. Now I need to think a little bit harder and do a little bit more design. Task type duration. I guess we'd have a task target. I guess I'm trying to think about, you know, first of all, what structure the tasks should have data wise to where they can efficiently, or not efficiently, but they can have a holistic coverage of what the player might want to express. I also need to think about how the player wants to express those. Like, having to select 3 different things in a menu is kind of a pain. That's like kind of annoying, right? So I may need to just come up with a new UI. Because right now all I really have are that interaction list text option thing, which would be kind of annoying. And like when you select target, like you would need to click on something in the world after that. Within radius, you would need to specify the radius. Within area, you would need to specify the area, which this could just be a list of all the areas that the player has built. Which is why I'm thinking the first thing I should do here is fix the area stuff and make sure that that works. You don't mind people spitballing ideas, right? No, not at all. As long as it's not automated testing. Or goth girls. So yeah, I kind of think the first thing we should do is make sure the areas still work here. Let me pop over, or let's just start. Well, this is gonna crash. Let me open the area blueprint here, building area. Where would this be failing? We do the camera trace, which does that return? Does that return? It will not return terrain. Here. Okay, that do be an issue. That do be an issue. Do I need the camera trace to have an option for free blueprint usages? Tell me where. So we do one here for the shoot trajectory. That's fine. I don't need. Well, yeah, that should maybe return. That should maybe return terrain as well. You need some dice on that. Good meme. Good meme. Interactable trace. Targetable trace. Building placement trace. Now this one would need to return terrain. Wait, this works though. I am using that. Why? How does that work? Box trace multi by channel. I am doing the Kismet. Well, oh, because there's always collision, right? There's always collision, and I guess that there's always going to be collision. Why am I even thinking about this? There's always going to be collision. I don't need. Right? I don't need to. We're fine. Live dice features the only way I'm playing this game. Same. Bunch of bandwagon system buckos. Okay, so yeah, why does this fail? This is just get in location. So what is this? Why am I just a random branch here? Cool. This is a building object actor. My viewport is a decal. Let me go start resize mode. I forgot entirely what I did here. Probably in like the building component or something. Start resize mode. Maybe start area resize mode. Okay, where are you used from? Finish build. So yeah, is resizing area mode. If the placement building object is a building area, we do it. And then the interacting controller has to be a my player controller. Is that true? Yeah, I guess because we're calling the line trace, right? That would be why. Placed location. Okay, let me go here. Also, for now, we're gonna delete that. That was an in progress thing. Or resize mode, and then we're in resize mode, and we return true. And so that was there. If we return true, we do nothing because I guess we wait for the click, right? And I guess that would have put us in area resizing mode right there. Yeah. So the next time we finish build, if we are in the area resize mode, we finish the resizing mode. Which actually builds the thingo. Transform. Okay. We set area resize mode to false there. Nothing happens here, I guess, actually. We're just logging something. And that's it. Wish I could do something similar, but I'm dumb at this. Well, hey, I was dumb at this too. I still kind of am, actually. But you can learn. You can get better. You got to start somewhere. And we were all there at one point, right? We were all there at one point. Yeah, I'm not seeing where this would like. I guess maybe the controller might be, but it might be null here. Yeah, I guess let's just boot it up and see what crashes now. So yeah, welcome in everyone. We're working on a video game here, Unreal Engine 5. It's going to be RPG Colony Sim Roguelite with procedural destructible terrain, AI generated quests, and colonist stuff. A lot of it's very early stages at the moment, so this is all like placeholder, not placeholder stuff, but we're working on a little bit of the Colony Sim side of things. So here's my area. It looks like a brick, but it's an area, I promise, and it's going to crash, and we need to figure out why. That's the most scary part. It is. To start is the most scary part. And the impossible one to constantly continue. Yeah, you gotta be a little bit crazy. Gotta have a little madness. Okay, so I guess the static mesh is null here. Okay, that actually makes a lot of sense. Oh no, it's not. Yes, it is. Okay. I don't need that comment. Like, if it's null, return it. Or if it's not null, return it. Yeah, thank you. Let's just make sure, yeah, because this one is not going to have, okay, so that's where static mesh is used. Make sure elsewhere in this class we're not doing null pointers shenanigans. Okay, that's just going to show up fucking everywhere, okay. Get local bounds. Is that gonna crash? Oh, they handle that internally. As you should. As you should. If static mesh return false. I guess it'll never have invalid collision if there's no static mesh. Don't let the secrets out. I know you're crazy, Adder. I know you are. No secret. If static mesh, well, we're just being careful is what we're doing here. And honestly, a lot of these, like, if we don't have a okay, that one properly checks it. Okay. If building data static mesh is null. If it's not null. Wait, do I always... Yeah, I should actually... The static mesh component should always be not null, right? Okay, we're right, we're crashed. So actually, it's really just static mesh.get static mesh. So actually undo all that. So that should always be not null. But as long as we don't get... It's the get static mesh that's the issue. There should always be a static mesh component. But you know, I am going to change these to ISMs, so yeah, it'll change in the future. Okay, yeah, this is fine. Rebuild. Welcome in. Vince, welcome. Elay, no, hello. What is this? This is game dev. This is game dev. We're doing a little bit of game dev on Unreal Engine 5. It's going to be RPG Colony Sim Roguelite with procedural destructible terrain, with AI generated quests. We have little bits and pieces prototyped within radius. Oh yeah, I just fucked all this up, didn't I? I just fucked all that up, didn't I? Okay, just add those other ones back in, and we'll do that Actually, this can, we can effectively make that once, but within radius we need to add back in. Comment it out there. Just to get it to build. Lathe, yes, hi Lathe. Okay, so we're gonna boot up here. Are we gonna boot up here? What is happening? There we go. Jeez, it's like the first boot of the editor always seems to go real slow. First pie too, yeah. Guess it needs to, the caches need to get primed and warmed up. Okay. Let's just go into, well, I'll show it off here. Yeah, here's the world. Here's the procedural world. Yay. Look at it go. Look at it go. We could probably explore some new seeds now. Now that we're kind of done with the velocity processor, so maybe next time we'll try out a new seed. This one's very cool though. A very nice, picturesque seed. Yeah, new seed, please. Okay, getting tired of staring at this world. We'll try it here in a second. Did we crash again? No, but also nothing happened. Okay. New biome. I only have 2. You can't build here. Okay, so this one has no support. Right. Okay. So let's looky here. Let's looky see here. So we're getting the trace hit results. Update process. Where is the... Wait, is it on the base building object? I forget. Check build stat? No. Where is the, I've forgotten what the function's called. Was it not update process? Update placement building? Is it this one? Okay, yeah, this is what I'm looking for. Yeah, we should be getting here. We are not in is area resizing mode. Start area resize mode. Where was like the maybe? Oh god, there's so many functions open there. Where the hell was it? Did I not just have it open? Maybe. There we go. Finish build. Did you make this build system? It's kind of like a Theseus's bow paradox at the moment. It was the I just started with the free. What was it? It was like free for the month with the fab asset. It was like easy building system or whatever, but I've been like converting it to C++ and I've changed so much of it now that it's basically my own. So yes and no. Maybe start area resize mode. Okay, yeah, so let's make sure we get there. We did not. We did not. I guess I need to... Yeah, well, no, we won't get there because that's on finished build. That's on finished build. So we won't get there. I select the build. Yeah, we need like support and shit. Okay. Do I not have like the... This one should always have support, basically. As long as you're like, as long as there's a return, there should be a support. I heard C++. You did. You did indeed. I'm trying to convert the important bits of things to C++. So we're going to be getting here. And I guess I need to make sure that this is like landscape placeable, and I need to go into my data table, right? Building data table area icon. Yeah, there's no icon. Can be placed on landscape is true. Okay, so we should be getting here. Okay. Update build status. So this is where we like check claim, check build status. So we should get there, right? Yes. And so that's going to be false, right? No, it's true. Oh, yeah, true as in like it can't build. Yeah. I ask why, what makes you want to switch? I don't like blueprints as much. I'm a software engineer, so like it's a lot easier for me to like write code than it is to manage blueprints. I don't like the spaghetti management. I much prefer, you know, LOCs, lines of code. Much prefer that. And the debugging in blueprints is not the greatest. Okay, so where was I? We're here, and so I guess just check build status is on the base building object. Has support, has invalid collision. So I guess we don't have one of those overridden, right? Check build status. Isn't that what I'm in? Check build status, yeah. I have way too many tabs open here. And so yeah, has support. That is the C++ function. Building object actor, let's pin you up there. Has support. Maybe let's not do it that way. Okay. So require has landscape support. Should be true. Right? Did we get here? Oh, we're like blueprint debugged there. Yeah, so num required supports -1. I guess maybe that's what I should do. I forgot I did that system. Okay. But if I don't have any, I guess if I don't have any support checkers, we'll get down here, and then we do, oh yeah, and then we do like the line trace. So we're getting all the way down here, I imagine. Yeah, okay. So num required support, excuse me, Jesus Christ. Num required supports I need to change to 0. That's what it is. Okay. Where is my area? Okay, I can't change the defaults. Wait, I'm breakpointed, okay. Building area num required supports should be 0 here. And then maybe we can build it, compile that. I love that I can compile now in, yes, we are starting area resize mode. Yes, is that true? Yes, okay. There's the area. There we go. There's the area. Yay, the area works, and yeah, it also, I guess they are set to receive decals. And also I should be, I guess I should be getting a trace on the area. And the area is supposed to have thick lines around the outside. I guess it only does on one side. So yeah, there's the area. What are you building? I'm building RPG Colony Sim Roguelite with procedural terrain, procedural world maps. And so here's the world map. And then here's this seed's so far generated map here. Yeah, I mean, I know how to use blueprints and stuff. I just don't like that. Like you can do everything in C++, right? Blueprints. There's only some functionality in blueprints, so I just find it much easier to work with for me. And it's, you know, a lot of the things I do need to be really performant, so they kind of have to happen in C++. I noticed that when you debug your line trace node, you create a binary function of user interface building area with no support required. Hope this helps. I am not sure what you mean. I don't know what you mean by binary function of user interface builder area with no supports required means. So yeah, a couple things. First of all, the shader's actually working kind of okay. I wasn't sure how it would handle the steep slopes, but I guess I need to change. I understood those words individually. Yeah, that's kind of how I was feeling about it too. Evil turnip. That's a little confusing. Yeah, okay. We're all on the same page. I don't receive the decal, but I guess these static mesh. Hey, you come over here. You come over here. Let me see if you. Let me see if you're actor. Oh God. Get over here. Yeah. Okay. So. Oh no, the actor doesn't. The actor's good. Name a car for an edit. No. I totally just made that up. I'm bored, but thank you for replying. Thank you for your input. Okay, so I need to change the ISMs to not receive decals. And I wish there was a better decal system, right? And these are the instant static mesh. New ISM. Set up ISM component. Yeah, so in here. I wish I could set, I wish there was like a decal mask, right? Set can, wait, isn't there a, set receives decals, false. Okay, so we can just do that. That's nice and easy. Come on, man, please. You want me to name a car? Analyzing car categories. Formulating car categories. Don't worry, Aiden, I got you. Fonk. There you go. there's your answer. Screenshot that. Okay, yeah, so I also need to be able to get the interaction trace from this. So let me see what the is interactable is set to here. Yeah, I guess I need to get the colony. Do we get here? Do we even get there? No, I'm not even getting, I don't even think I'm getting the line trace on that. Let me see here. And I guess the... Where would the collision be for? How would I make the collision scale? Does this have collision on it? Like, what are the collision settings for just a decal component? I used to have that working, that you could resize them and stuff. What are we even getting there? I am not decisive. Well, that sounds like your problem. It's an Indian car. Okay, clown car. Do a clown car. Or the Model T, an old-timey car. Or the, that one from, like, Back to the Future. Component by class, resetting here, okay. Okay, so we're not even getting here, which means we're not getting the interaction trace, which is in the character base blueprint. So let's just pull it up and have that if we need it. But I assume we're just not getting a trace hit results on here. Trace. Oh, I guess that's just building trace. So it would be character trace. What am I hitting? What's my out hit here? Hit object handle is nothing. It's none. We're not getting a hit on anything. On the interactable trace. And I believe that's because there's just like no collision. How do I get collision for a shader, right? Like how do I do that? I wonder if I were to put this, let me try my other just like test level. I'm going to put this on like a flat ground here. Okay, well, my velocity processor broke for normal entities on non-my-terrain landscape. But that's great. Not a huge deal now. Okay, we can get rid of all these breakpoints. Okay, that is just beautiful. Yeah, I also have no collision there. Okay, wonderful. Wonderful. I hope no one has epilepsy in the chat. I hope no one has epilepsy. So I have this box, I guess. What is this box? Oh, go back. I might need like a build collision. I might need to auto create like some sort of building collision on here. It has I put an ability system component on it. Why did I do that? Why did I do that? Oh, I think all buildings do. Meanwhile, someone done struct out, yeah. Why do you prefer Unreal over Unity? I especially want to know why you prefer visual code over typing code. I don't. I prefer typing code. My ego won't let me do anything visual. Why? What does ego have to do with it? Like you just think typing code is cooler and that's why? Why is Mage Gaming? Thank you for the follow. Welcome in. I prefer Unreal over Unity for a few reasons. One, Unity's pricing model is garbo. Two, having a visual scripting language in Unreal Engine is nice. It's a nice option to have. Like if I were ever to work with other people, I can be the programmer where I build the tools and build these nodes and they can just use those nodes. They don't need to know how to write code. So I see Unreal Engine is more accessible. It does have a higher upfront learning curve because of how many systems there are, but it's also very powerful because of that. So some trade-offs there, but I like, having the visual scripting option is nice. I do prefer writing code because I am a software engineer and I've been writing code for over a decade now. So I prefer doing it this way, but I like having that option. And then the third reason is like, I just see Unreal Engine as being closer to the cutting edge of game dev. Like I think the technology of Unreal Engine is just better than any other engine, any other like commercially available engine, right? So that's why, is Nanite and Lumen perfect? No, of course not. But I like that they're doing new things and they're trying new technologies. It gets regular updates. The pricing model is very generous. There's a lot of people that use it. There's a lot of information online, tons of tutorials. So yeah, that's a little bit about why I wanted to use Unreal Engine over over Unity. Good to see you using Rider. Yes, I am a JetBrains fanboy. I did start using Visual Studio when I first started with game dev, and my god, I wish I switched to Rider sooner, but I've been using it for like well over a year, like 2 years now, so yeah, it's a lot better. So anyone out there not using Rider and writing code and for Unreal Engine, switch to Rider. It's free for non-commercial use now, so no reason not to anymore. No reason not to anymore. Okay, so I think I just need to add some build, like a box collision on here. And if you're a dev trying to get a job with a team, knowing UE is pretty much a requirement these days. Yeah, you know, it's a good skill to have, right? I mean, there's still tons of studios that use Unity and stuff, but yeah. And I assume, I haven't actually looked at it, but Mortal Shell 2 is in Unreal Engine. I have to assume. I assume you guys are using that. But yeah, I guess we need to create some build collision. Probably do that on get area end. Where's like the end? Start resize mode. Do I have an end resize mode? I should probably call back to the finish area resize mode. And am I doing this on tick? I forget. I'm doing nothing on tick. So wait, I don't even remember how I wrote this. Get area end location. Update area size. Which, where is that used? Yeah, UE, okay. I work for a fintech company and have been trying to convert teams to JetBrains. Yeah, good luck. Good luck changing an entire company's IDEs, you know? That is, okay, so we do call it every tick, but we're just, we update area size and then call the update within that component. I mean, we can probably just do that within the thing. But I mean, we'll keep it that way for now, I guess. We just get in area end location. And so I guess I'm setting the debug sphere. Oh, I had a build collision on here at one point. Okay, let's add a box collision. Because this is a... Ooh, because I'm gonna need different shapes. I'm gonna need different shapes, yeah. So we'll just start with box for now. What am I watching? Watching a little bit of game dev. This is Unreal Engine we're looking at. Let's call this, oh, I can't rename in editor and during play, which is kind of annoying. Build collision, okay. So why did I turn that off? So I feel like what I need to do is just wire this back up. So then we have that build collision there. Let me look at the collision settings. Overlap. Can character step up on? No. Dear God, no. Yeah, overlap all dynamic, I think. Query only. Yeah, I think that's probably what we want. Well, it's nice you have the option to use what you want. Some companies don't have that. Okay, does that just work now? Like, am I gonna set that to the correct transform now? Yeah, everyone just fell through the ground. That's fine. No, okay, so now it's just entirely broken. The fuck? Okay, why did that just break everything? Before I was just doing this. Is it because there's a build collision on there? I guess so. Also, you're doing it based off of my location now, not my... What is happening? This is so weird. What are you making? Is that Blender? No, this is Unreal Engine. Why would just having a build collision and setting its transform mess that up so much? What? Wait, what? Okay, so the player controller is null, apparently. I don't know why the hell that's the case. Hello everyone, welcome in. I am working on a video game. Building an RPG Colony Sim Roguelite game with procedural destructible terrain and like AI, like procedurally generated quests as well. And I guess I'm working on the building system a bit, but really the goal here is to start getting some of the Colony Sim stuff ironed out. Because now we have like a big procedural world and we've got some guys spawned in it. So now we need to actually make them do things. Which is important. Doing things is important, it turns out. Complete remove. Let's get rid of some of these tabs, because this is get snapped on. I can't even tell what's happening here. Set building, yeah, we can get rid of that. Complete destruction, complete upgrade. Good God. Okay, get snap transfer. Yeah, just, okay, close everything, I guess. Close everything. Okay. So yeah, we get finish build is where we start. Update process, then we go there. Maybe start area resize mode, then we would finish it. Okay, so I have these in order as to what they happen. And we had a null player controller. And that should be getting set like here, right? Yeah, God, I hate the back button functionality so bad. So how does player controller get set in the building component? I've forgotten. I've never used UE, but whenever I'm watching UE devs, they keep closing and reopening the engine. Can you enlighten me on that? Yeah, so every time you change a C++ header file, which is like, that's where you define what functions like a class has, what properties a class has, and that tells the editor how to display them. Like all this stuff you see here on this side all comes from some C++ class. All these properties come from there. And so if you just run live coding, which is where you just kind of like hot reload your code, if there are header changes that change like what shows up here basically, that puts the editor into like a really weird buggy state, and you can get like corrupted blueprints from that. So it's generally do not do that. So that's why I have to rebuild the engine or the editor so that I can like basically reload everything and get like a fresh build and stuff. And so you're kind of like, you can do a lot of powerful things with that, but it is kind of annoying. So it's a trade-off. Okay, so yeah, when I initialized the component, I set the player controller. So I'm not sure how we would ever get here. I wonder if it was just because of some, you know, rebuilding the blueprints or recompiling the blueprints. Let's see if we can get back into that state though. So we do have an interacting player controller. My God. Okay, so is it because we're placing it above the... Okay, let me try to build this again. Okay, we still have a valid player controller. Okay, now it's valid. How much time we need to learn basics of UE? I am familiar with C++ and C#. I mean, it's different for everyone. Depends on how much time you have, you know. Depends on what you want to do. I can't give you an answer to that. I cannot give you an answer. You can only answer that for yourself by trying. So. Yeah, we're in like some really weird buggy state. Also, the end location is based on my character location. Am I getting a hit on my character? It's just a safety thing I see. It's kind of a necessity, honestly. Like it happens quite often, so. Okay, so where am I doing the get area end location? What am I hitting here? I think I'm hitting myself. Stop hitting yourself. Which I shouldn't be. Which one is simpler, UE or Unity? I would call Unity simpler, but less powerful. Oh, we are hitting the area itself, but that's supposed to be an ignored actor. We're hitting the other area too. And I'm hitting the landscape streaming proxy is the absolute last one. So yeah, we're hitting the wrong things here. Okay, so when I compile, that's the player controller gets reset. That's the issue. Okay, so let's fix that so we don't crash. Check out Stephen Ulibarri's course on UE for C++ programmers. It's cheap and will help you translate your existing C++ skill set. Well, there you go. If you're looking for something to pay for, that's an option. For one, I've never paid for any knowledge. I somewhat disagree with it. I get it. I get that like having a course that's curated can be nice, but I always just learn by doing and by figuring it out and Googling random shit, you know. So that's my preferred method of learning. That doesn't mean it's the best way to learn. A lot of times where I probably make it harder for myself than necessary. I used Unity for 5+ years and I always wanted to switch to UE, but C++ scares me. Yeah, I would recommend just getting Writer. Like after you have to, I think you have to do some setup in Visual Studio, but I would get Writer. It does a much better job of teaching you how to use Unreal Engine C++, and it's not so scary. Like it's got garbage collection and stuff built in. You just need to learn a little bit about, you know, add U properties on pointers, learn a little bit about pointers and refs, and it's not too bad. It's not too bad, trust me. I didn't know anything about C++ at all before I started. It's not too bad. It's a little annoying at first when you're still trying to learn the syntax and like what functions to use, when to use what, you know, but it gets easier. You pick it up. What am I fucking doing here? You can close those and that. Yeah, we were getting hits on here, so let's draw debug. The trace should start from over my shoulder, right? I no longer need that breakpoint. I know why. Oh, it's just gonna do forever, huh? Okay. How is that returning a hit on me? Oh. What is that? What? Okay, so those are way off, whatever that is. Okay, let's inspect the result from this. This is the building placement trace, correct? Let's pause it for a second. No, we're just doing the camera trace. Maybe I should do the building placement trace instead. Yeah, I should probably switch that to doing the git building placement trace, or it's just called building placement trace. That way we just get the one result as well. And I don't have any draw debug on there. See, this is what I hate. I hate just manually connecting each little frickin' thing. It's so tedious to me. How did you start using UE, and do you have any prior coding experience? I've been a software engineer. I've been a software engineer for about 10 years now. Okay, see, now it's working a lot better. There we go. Strobe light, of course, but it's working a lot better. Why? Okay, so why now is this the case? But I've been writing code since I was like 16. Professionally, though, for about 10 years. Almost 10 years now. But I started game dev about 2.5 years ago. Getting closer to, it's almost 3 now. It's almost 3 years now. But that's when I started on this project. And I didn't know anything about Unreal Engine or C++ or game development or procedural generation or anything. Yeah, let me just go here and see. Let me look at these results here. I am getting the... Oh, I'm returning a hit from the build collision. Right. So it's hitting itself. Which is an issue. What am I building? We're working on a video game. RPG Colony Sim Roguelite. And self should be... That should be filtered out, though. Right? Actors to ignore. Building area. And one of these is the building area itself. It's hitting building area on BP building building area 1. Wait, and then the ignored one was building area 0. Okay. I see. So it's not its... Wait. How is it hitting the other one? Somehow hitting the other one? Bro, can you help me make an app? No. That is not what I'm here for. And then we hit the landscape, which is what the actual collision should be. We build the targetables. So yeah, okay, so why are we hitting the other one then, I guess is the question. Let me turn on the collision. It's not going to show me the build collision, is it? Wow, that build collision is thick. That is a thick boy. Come on, bro. Hasty, get that shut up. That's a good meme. Good meme. Yeah, I guess let me draw some of these like debug things that I had set up here. Probably could have been drawing the whole time. Bruh, are you fucking serious right now? I cannot catch a break. If player controller, do this stuff. I mean, I guess I should just do an early out anyway. Well, no. We'll do that just so we can... Well, no, we just early out. We early out. Player controller, return false. Use AI, just use AI. Why do you need me? You don't need people anymore. Just use AI to build the app. Dude, why did it reopen all these tabs? I don't want those. Is this construction script stuff, or why does the player controller keep getting nulled? Yeah, I think it has to it's something to do with like compiling during runtime. It seems to reset it or something. I'm just chalking it up to like the blueprint compilation during runtime. I'm not like too concerned about it. As long as it doesn't crash, it's fine. Yeah, so I wanted to make sure we were drawing that. So we're gonna draw probably draw a debug box. YH sharing your code, that's mean lose. Okay. Center extent would be like scale, right? Rotation is orientation. Line color, I guess we'll keep that as yellow. Thickness. Duration, I guess we keep that at 0 for like 1 frame. Placed location. I don't know what that is. Get area into location. We just draw a little sphere. Yeah, that seems fine. Yes, this is what I want. This is what I want. Ooh, okay, here's a good question. Fucking 3D volumes. Oh boy. I didn't think about that. Well, it kind of works. You know, I probably should draw it as 3D, right? For mining. For mining. Volumes are fun. Capturing and matching rotation of said volumes was a headache. Yeah, I hate rotation. I hate quaternions. I hate rotations. Hate it. Thank you. Yeah, but this is going to be important though, and especially because like you can have buildings with multiple floors, right? So if you want to like, so what these areas are supposed to be for, there's supposed to be a little shader that's showing up here to signify to the player, hey, this is a location, you know? Maybe I should just use a mesh instead of a decal, you know? If you're gonna do collision with said volumes, I recommend avoiding collision detection using isPointIn or whatever the function is called. Well, thankfully I already have a ton of those already set up with my other collision systems I've built, so if that becomes an issue. Is it just an issue with the overlap checking and stuff? I assume that takes up a lot of collision-y things. But I think I'll just use collision for now, like the default collision for now. You could use this for marking resource 2 or task. Yeah, it's kind of for everything, right? The first thing I thought of was it's going to be a place to store stuff. It's just going to be like a dumping ground, you know, before you can actually build containers. And so you can signify, hey, bring all the stuff back here. And so if you're using it for kind of like a storage area, I mean, would you want it to go 2 stories? You know what I mean? Like it's not like, I'm not going to allow you to like stack stuff up, I don't think. I think it would just all be on the ground. So that would just be like storage would be like 2D. But then like if you're doing mining or you want to like forage or something. Also, is this on the ground? No, it's like floating slightly above the ground. Is that on purpose? Out location. Placed location. Oh, and then I use the area end locations. Oh, and then the Z I'm maxing to 5. That might be why it's slightly off the ground. If I did 0. Oh god, hang on. Before I compile that, undo it. Okay. Oh my fucking god, I hate my life, dude. I hate it so much. Jesus fucking Christ. Why does it get rid of the like I just compiled the blueprint and it got rid of the reference to player controller. I don't know why that fucking happens. Let me catch up on chat here. I want to build a 3D game like portfolio similar to Bruno Simon. Dude, I don't know who that is. I already know 3JS, but I'd like to understand how to design and structure a 3D game development style portfolio and integrate it into a web app. How should I approach this? Dude, literally take that and type that into AI. Type that into ChatGPT or something. Yeah, I haven't tried to build a game engine within a web browser before, so I don't really have anything specific to give you for that. If you have some Unreal Engine questions, I can help you there. Vibe coding, bruv. I mean, that's a great question. Like, asking where to start is probably a great question that AI can actually handle now, right now. Okay, is it still like floating off the ground right now? Yeah, it is. It is. Why is that? How can I build a 1,000 player MMO in Unreal? Nick, you know what you're doing, and it's a good meme. It's a good meme. You look into replication and Epic Online Services, and yeah. I hate that vibe coding is what LLM code ended up being called. Yeah, because it's completely misrepresents what you actually need to do to get it to actually produce code that's usable, right? You actually have to hold its hand a lot. And so there are no vibes there. It's actually like it's like when you create a bug for a junior developer and you have to tell them exactly where everything is and exactly what to do at each step, to the point where it's like, okay, I might as well have just done this by myself already. That's what vibe coding is like, at least for me so far, with the kind of work that I do. And like, I've seen so many people be like, oh, it's like 10x to my development or whatever. And like, I don't know. I have yet to see someone like build something completely vibe coded that is actually used and useful to a lot of like, that actually has users. Because like a lot of people, I think they're like, oh, I vibe code all my shit now, but it's like they're just like building like little apps and tools for themselves, which I think is a great use case for it. But I don't think anyone actually has anything running in production for lots and lots of users, or at least some non just me and my mom users. You know what I mean? That is any level of interesting or complicated. You know, that would actually require a software engineer prior to AI. And Google wants to hire a bunch of junior devs with zero coding experience to vibe code. Where did you see that? I haven't seen that at all. I don't think Google wants to hire anyone right now. I will say they did just add AI to our role profile, which is what we get like performance reviewed against. So that's fucking great. That's great. What am I fucking doing here? I'm trying to figure out why this is like hovering off the ground or something. So there's like one there. This one, okay, now we're getting a hit somewhere else. Yeah, let me look at the other area here. Wait, area 0, area 1. An area 0 is getting a hit on area 1? Is that... What's, let me see here. Where are you coming from? Building placement trace, which is coming from get area. Okay, so yeah. So out collision hits, we're getting a hit on area 1. How is area 1 getting a hit there? That's that one. How do they performance review you? Dude, it's kind of a stupid process. You basically just need a bunch of artifacts, which at Google mean docs. You just need a bunch of design docs. If you have a doc, that means you did something. If you shipped code without a doc, doesn't count. Does not count. So that's the facetious way to put it. It's a little bit more than that, of course, but that does seem to be the tongue-in-cheek way to explain it. I read some shitpost LinkedIn article, probably not actually true. Made me want to vomit. Yeah, I feel like I would have heard about that if that was the case. That reminds me, I need to email my manager and give him my goals. That way I can hit my metrics for my review. Dude, it works the same way. It's like, you tell me what you're going to get done, and you better get it done, or else, you know, XYZ. It's like, is this how we're like performance reviewing? Like, I don't know. Oh, but also they have metrics that say working in office is better for everyone. Even if you don't work, even if you go to an office that none of your team is at. Can you share those metrics? No. Because I guarantee you there'd be some engineers that would poke holes all over those metrics. Yeah, why am I getting a hit from this? How do you work remote? I thought Google requires an office. I got grandfathered in. So I got hired right after COVID. What? I guess I need to like draw debug these things, don't I? Can we actually like not do this for every? Building placement trace. Who's in my backyard? They require remote work. They all backed off. Yep. We really fumbled the bag on the remote work, didn't we? Too many people were bragging about doing nothing. Yep. Yeah, so let's include a, well, let's update this to include like a bool b draw debug. It's false. And then we can just forward that through. Persistent, change that to for one frame, and I should probably update them to like not be booleans, but for now this is fine. Yeah, we just want for one frame. So we can actually see them. Delayed Drain, thank you for the follow. Welcome in. Hello everyone. Work from home rip. Very thankful my company doesn't even have a physical office. Oh yeah, that's super nice. Yeah, you're missing out on so much talent, you know? You're missing out on a big talent pool. What is the extension that shows results inline and stuff? Not 100% sure what you're talking about, but I don't really have any extensions or anything, so it's, I think whatever you were looking at was built-in functionality. Or you might be talking about the debugger. So yeah, you can just put break, if you run Writer in debugging mode, you can just put breakpoints and it'll show up and stuff. You do have to make sure you have the debug symbols downloaded. I renewed Google at their in New York headquarters, but they were on the fence about me. Ended up taking another offer and never interviewed because I like remote too much now. This is 10 years ago. Yeah, damn, dude. Oh, 10 years ago, you would have been, you'd be retired by now if you took that. Close to retired, at least, maybe. Yeah, I got some coworkers over there. Amazon, oof, that's a rough one. It can be a good stepping stone, you know. But yeah, why does the shader not show up here? Let's see. And I guess it's because of the height, because the second time I do it, the height is a lot larger. I wonder, just the decal like transform probably. So if I set the, let me pause here, and I'm just going to. Oh, that's, is that working? Just go like 100. Yeah. Okay, so it's just it's a height issue. It's a height issue. Well, I wonder if I go back down to 10. Yeah, it's not even on the ground. So whatever is making it hover off the ground, I think is the issue. I don't know why I did that there. What am I doing here? Calculate area end transform. You get the place location plus the end location. So it's like kind of like the extent. Yeah, so this is the extent. Minus end location, break it, make vector. That's the scale. And then the get area end location. I'm just returning out location. Should I be returning impact point here, perhaps? Yes, I should. It seems to be let me restart here. It seems to be hitting itself again. Yeah, let me see what the hit results on this one are. Oh, I didn't turn on draw debug or whatever. Yeah, draw debug now. Oh god. Yeah, it broke. Okay, hang on. At least it didn't crash that time. Okay, apparently I was still in placement mode or whatever. I mean, that seems to be right. It's just like, why is it so glitchy? You know what I mean? Like, why is it jumping around so much? Why are you not smooth? Yeah, what are your hit results here? Just one. Is it the same every frame? We are hitting landscape height field component. Landscape height field component. Yeah, why is it so not smooth? I know I'm using a box trace here. Should I just override this and not do the box trace? That's probably just messing it up. That's probably just messing it up. I should probably just change it back. Out hits, just get the 0th one. Let's move you out of here for now. Is there a game company that you want to get hired at, or is there none? No, I don't want to work for a game company. It's just very, very not worth it. Oh, I forgot the camera trace altogether is just it's a box trace now. I forgot about that. Amazon is the most persistent recruiters. Dude, the meta ones will not leave me alone. Those are the ones that are on me. Although I've interviewed at Meta before, so I don't know, maybe that's why. No more random coworker fish lunches for me. Oh, I hated that shit. The last in-person gig I had was how long ago was that? It was like 7 years ago. Our fucking open office concept pod or whatever was right next to the lunch area. And yeah, that was not fun. Very distracting. Do you know how to use 4K image in widget? Because when I used it, it looked so weird. Like decreased quality. I would check the image size settings. The image size may not match with the resolution or something. Teams International, it's so awesome to be able to cherry pick the perfect match. Yeah, and you get, I just think you get like cooler, like especially on creative jobs, like you just get cooler shit when you get more diverse people, you know? Yeah, I think you learn more. Need a contractor? Could have one tomorrow with remote work. Yeah, exactly. And you don't necessarily even need to give them a laptop or anything. Loki Asgard, hello. When did you start making this game? Going almost 3 years now. It's like 2.75 years ago now. Is it not rendering under the yellow block? Yeah, that's essentially what was happening. I just needed to actually put it on the ground. I worked for Facebook/Oculus. Quit and will never work for them again. That place is meh. Never have to worry about their recruiters. What was your experience in that org? Yeah, should I just do a regular line trace here? I mean, I kind of should, right? But it's just like I'd have to rebuild the camera trace functionality, which is kind of annoying. I'd rather just make this box trace work, right? I would rather just make this box trace work without being all glitchy and shit. Say worst place I've ever worked? Twitter. Twitter was awful. I really wanted to like it too. Like everything that I heard from leadership and stuff, like about values, I was like, yeah, that all sounds great. Like I think Jack Dorsey is actually one of the better billionaire CEOs. If there can ever be a thing. But yeah, I worked there before when Jack Dorsey was still CEO, like the original founder. Is this the box trace? Like, I'm struggling to figure out like why I'm getting different collision hits, even if it is a box trace. I mean, I assume a line trace is just probably better for this. Yeah, maybe I should just do a camera line trace or something. Camera trace, and yeah, I mean, I have to create another one. Camera line trace. Did you get fired by Elon Musk? No. I did not stay. I worked there for like 5 months. 5 or 6 months. Elon Musk was well after my tenure there. But I probably would have quit. The way he's working those employees. And dude, the tech at Twitter just, it sucks. So the development environment was so bad. It was so bad. And it was so difficult to get anything done. It was kind of crazy. Perks were nice. The people I worked with were awesome. The management was complete trash and they didn't know their heads from their arses. Okay, so just like every other company. The pay is ridiculous, like 100k plus compared to any other studio's equivalent role. I know, right? Just because it's Fang and you get to do game development in Oculus, but you make like twice the amounts as any game developer does. It's crazy. That's why it was tempting, right? It's like, oh, I can do, you know, something kind of game development adjacent and get Fang money. Sign me up. Sign me up. What am I doing with this line trace? This maybe I should just put a parameter on here for whether I want box or line. I'm new to this channel. Did you write all this? Yes. I'd be paying their mid-level artists $260k a year after benefits and RSUs. Yeah, it's kind of nutty. Kind of nutty. Place I'm now is great. I get paid more than big Fang companies are offering, and I get treated like a person. That sounds amazing. Drop the referral link. Don't actually do that. Don't dox yourself. Yeah, I guess I need like a mode. Let's just use a boolean for now. Bool be we'll call it line trace. No, let's say B box trace. Actually, put this at the end, maybe. Yeah, put this at the end, maybe. And just use camera trace. That's gonna be the one that actually does the logic, actually. That actually does the logic, actually. Yeah, that sounds good, actually. Well, no, it'll already be passing everything in there. Okay. I am in trace, utils, trace, line trace multi by channel. Yeah. Player, controller, get world, start, end. Don't need a half size or orientation. Start in trace channel, include entities, B include entities, and ignore actors. Draw debug. What did I miss here? Oh, out hits. We need to put out hits in there. Wait, where do I even pass out hits in through here? What? Where does it go? Oh, all the way at the end on that one. Okay, that's a little inconsistent. I should probably fix that. Trace channel is trace type query. Okay, so we just need to do the ECC visibility here. Okay, so I think that solves it. Let's rebuild. Let's rebuild now. Okay. We work with some of the FANG companies and it's much better on the outside. Yeah. I don't doubt that by any means. Sounds like you got a good setup though, so happy for you. I'm happy for you. What's mad? Oh yeah, we gotta do the box trace. Set that equal to true by default. And I guess I need to. This camera trace. Hang on, I gotta do more here. Camera trace, include entities, draw debug. This just needs to be true, right? What are you mad at? No, it doesn't. Well, yeah, I guess I do need to, like, forward the box trace through here. Box trace. Okay, and then in all these other ones... interactable trace, targetable trace, building trace. Well, I mean, I might as well put it on all of them. I mean, why not, right? Why not, right? Okay, that's all forward through, and they're defaulted to false. Okay, now, or defaulted to true. So now let's rebuild. From where did you learn Twitch follow bot? Welcome into YouTube, Twitch follow bot. From where did you learn coding? All over the place. I taught myself. So just all over Google. Give me advice, brother. I am a system level engineer working on Unix, C, PL SQL, shell scripting. My current, shall I stay a system level programmer? Shall I move? Or shall I move on to AI? Do you mean like vibe coding, or do you mean like an ML engineer? It is looking like everyone is going to need Udemy courses. No, I don't pay for knowledge. It's all free online. Everything you ever want to know is you can find for free. I use Arch Linux. Thank you for sharing. Yeah, it is looking like everyone is going to need to start vibe coding. It is looking to be that way. Which is kind of unfortunate because I like writing code, you know? I like writing code. And I get quite frustrated with using AI to entirely code sometimes. It's like, if I have to spell everything out for you to do it properly... Okay, see, now it's smooth. Now it's nice and smooth. If you ignore the terrible strobe light. Okay, but see, now we're like hitting that fucking collision. Like, why are we hitting that collision? I have no idea why that's the case. That's the collision. Why are we hitting it? You're really not going to show me out collision hits. Okay, I guess it did get cleaned up. So yeah, we hit building nav area 1. Why did we hit building nav area 1? this is building, wait. That's 0. That's building nav area 1. How on earth did we hit that? How on earth are we getting a hit right there? The scale is really weird. The scale is really weird. Should I be setting the scale on the decal instead of the component itself? Well, I set the scale, and then that works for build collision and hopefully decal. And I'm not seeing any collision being drawn elsewhere. System level programmer or AI ML, which shall I move on to? What? You really want a stranger to tell you what you should do with your life? Is that what you want? I don't think that's actually what you want. What the fuck is vibe coding? I need a crash course in that terminology. I mean, it's where you like, it's where you use like one of these agents to write all or most of the code. And so like how you do it is like you can like put files, I guess you can't drag in here, but you add the files that like you want it to edit, and you need to say like, hey, edit these files, do these things, make sure the test pass, you know, run the fix the tests until they pass, write the tests for me, and you make it write the whole shit for you. So you have to come up with this like really detailed prompt. And this is the flow right now. It'll probably get better, but the flow right now is come up with a really detailed prompt where you spell everything out, and you give it every single file that you need touched. It can't touch any files that you don't give it. You have to say all like the acceptance criteria you need. And some of them can like actually run tools, so they can run like your tests and stuff like that. And you'll say, write the tests for this functionality as well, make sure the tests pass. And then you prompt it and you wait. And it usually can take up to like 5 minutes before you get a response back. And yeah, and then usually you have to like review, it'll show the diffs in here. It'll show something similar to like to this probably. It'll show you something like this where it's like shows you like green and red for where it deleted and added. But yeah, you have to review all the code. And honestly, most of the time if I'm not doing some like simple like targeted refactors and stuff like that, I usually have to tell it what it did wrong. So, and then you have to like keep prompting it to do the right thing. And I don't know, it's kind of a frustrating flow for me. I don't really like the flow. Like I feel like half the time I'm just faster writing the code myself. Because if I already need to know what the code looks like to tell it what to do, I might as well just write the code anyway. You know, I'm already basically there doing it. And then I have to take a chance at the AI not understanding what I want it to do. And it's like, yeah, I have used it at work, and like, yeah, there have been some things where I used it, I'm like, wow, that was really nice. But those are like simple targeted refactors. Autocomplete's where it's at for me. Yeah, I find that like 10 times more useful. Like the internal one we have at Google is really good. I basically autocomplete entire test files now. It's really nice, and it keeps you in the flow. And especially if you need to figure out what needs to be done, like you can't really, at least from what I've seen, I cannot rely on the AI to figure out what needs to be done, at least in our apps that we do. I'm sure there are other apps out there that are more general, that aren't as complex, where you can allow the AI to figure out what needs to be done just to meet some behavior. But for me, I literally have to tell it what code to put where, really. And at that point, when autocompletes are as good as they are, I'm like, the autocompletes is where it's at for me as well. Yeah, not waiting around, prompt and reprompting it 20 times. Yeah, it's a frustrating flow. And then you have to review code like over and over again, which only to result in lower confidence. Like all of my vibe coded CLs, I have like a much lower confidence in them. And I like review them and re-review them. I'm like, oh my God, this is AI slop. I need to make sure that this is all good before I send it out to my team to review, you know? Yeah, right now it does not feel, at least the tools that I've used have not felt quite up to the complex tasks part. Simple coding, singular functions. Yeah, it's great for that. You know, I have prompted AI for singular functions several times for this application. Or usually the more mathy in general something is, it tends to be better. It tends to be better at that. So that's what I like it for. How do you write so much code? I enjoy writing code. That's how, really. I enjoy the process. I enjoy building things and solving problems. Do you recommend Udemy courses? I don't. I mean, I don't need I don't like following tutorials or courses because that, to me, that's just not how I learn. Like, because then the course is going to tell me a lot of things that I don't actually care about. Like, when I want to learn something, it's because I want to accomplish something. It's because I'm working on a project and I need to know how to do something. You know, I need to know I want to make a game, so I need to know how to use Unreal Engine. I want to make a character move around in Unreal Engine, so I'm going to go find a targeted, piece of content that specifically addresses that. And I'm not going to follow some overall course, right? I'm just going to figure out what I need to do along the way. And that way I'm not wasting time learning about things that I'll never use. And I won't remember anyway, you know, because I haven't used them for anything. I don't really like courses, and I've never taken any. I did go to college for 2 years, but I dropped out. And I had very, very few. Most of it was gen eds, which sucked. Hey everyone, welcome in. Hey everyone on YouTube, welcome in. Tim. I like that name. Can you introduce yourself? What languages you know, experiences? I've worked in a lot of languages. It's not worth mentioning every language that I've worked in. I've worked in a lot. And it doesn't really matter what the language is anymore. Once you've learned, you know, your first language, your second language, you know, they all kind of it's just a tool to get the job done, right? So languages don't stop mattering at that point. And really just your logical thinking skills and problem solving skills is what matters. I'm learning all about agents and their orchestration. So far, a lot of the agent work is pretty accurate. Are you using it for stuff? Tell me what you're using it for, because I mean, this is the way the world's going, so I need to get better at using them. And right now, I don't feel very good at using them. Can I contact you so you can help me in my journey to mastering coding? Please don't do that. Please do not contact me. You're free to ask questions in chat. That's the best I can do for you. Yeah, so many tools and ways to learn, shouldn't pay unless it's super specific. Yeah, if you can't find anything else and you know that that's what you need. I also just don't like hoarding information. I don't know, that seems like so far of where I've gotten in my life has been because people have been very generous with information and shared it. And like, that's how humanity has gotten to where it's at, right? That's why we have AI now, because Google published a sheet or a white paper on transformers, on the GPT architecture. That's why we're here. Because Google shared that. Lead code or hacker rank? Question mark. Whatever gets the job done. Doesn't matter. They're just tools. They are just tools. Yeah, so anyways. Do I have draw debug? I do. You know what I might do here? Let's like just draw these hits. Right? I am drawing the first, I mean, I guess I am drawing the first hit here. What are you building? We're working on a video game. I'm trying to get my shit figured out right now. And right now it's not. It ain't. It ain't figured out right now. I feel like I need to be able to self-host LLMs before I'm comfortable using agents. Delayed Drain, first time chatter, welcome in. Why is that? I assume privacy or security concerns. I assume that's why you mean. It's all client work. We're working on getting more AI work since it's the hot thing in the market, yeah. One example is the medical field reviewing documents that nurses and doctors and validating all the codes that they enter to bill insurance, then submitting the data to insurance and monitoring the insurance responses and making sure the insurance will cover. But it sounds like you're using AI to parse those documents and stuff, and you're not using like AI to write the code. Is that what, am I understanding that right? That does sound like a good use for AI. But I think if you tried to use AI to write that code entirely, like you would get kind of frustrated after a bit. Alumi, welcome in. Thank you for the follow. Well, I just realized we're over 400 follows. So thank you guys. Delayed Drain, you followed as well, and I missed that, I think. But thank you guys for the follows. We're at 400 follows on Twitch. Hell yeah. Not code writing, more real world processes. Yeah, that sounds like you're doing it right. Not that you can use AI to write code wrong. I just think that it's just not there yet for me. It's just not there yet for me. And honestly, yeah, I see the AI autocompletes as being way more useful. Yeah, what do I fucking do about this? Like, why is there another? Congratulations, thank you, Loki Asgard. Privacy concerns? Yeah, what are your privacy concerns? Is your code like you trying to like patent your code or something? Or you just mean asking it questions and stuff? I don't know, maybe you're not talking about writing code. I'm using AI when writing code for UE5 and oh my god, it's just plain wrong a lot. Yeah. Like I'll show you some of the functions that I've gotten that were like kind of one shot and very nice. A lot of these math utils functions, like like getting the triangle area, super simple. Get the normal from a triangle, those were AI. Triangle centroid, that was AI. You can tell by how much documentation it writes that I don't even use this function anymore, but this is given a list of triangles, get the first intersection of a line trace in that list. And then a DDA traversal algorithm. Like these are all like super generic things that have been, solved a million times over by now, right? So this is what AI is really good at. And it's like, look how much I would have had to write, Like this would have been a massive pain in the ass to write. But AI one-shot it for me. Box cylinder overlap. Like all the geometry stuff, super nice. Get it? This is a box-to-box intersection. There are some built-in functions for this, but none of them handle oriented boxes. Like they're all axis-aligned boxes. I need a rotated box-to-box overlap, and this did that for me. And AI one-shot it, and it was really fucking nice. AI did this one too. Get the sliding direction from an impact normal, Super nice for that kind of stuff. Where it's just like I don't want to have to learn all this to get it done. Like I understand, what it needs to do and what it gets done. I don't understand like the low-level math, and I don't really need to. Because I can just test that it works, For that kind of stuff that's super general and solved a million times over, I think it's great. I was doing stuff at Niagara and it was giving me code that's 4 years old that's no longer valid. Yeah, that's also a problem. Like Unreal Engine's updated all the time and like AIs just aren't trained on... It's just guessing at what the function patterns are, right? It's just pattern autocomplete, so... It's not gonna... It doesn't have... And the source code is huge, so it's not even like you can give it the source code to all the relevant shit and be like, hey, figure it out. Because it's just, there's too much. AI does write crazy comments. Yeah, it's like way too helpful. I'm like, yeah, chill out with those comments, man. I was literally seeing the code on the web that it was regurgitating. Yeah, sometimes you can see like the Stack Overflow posts that it like copies them from, which is kind of funny. Yeah, I don't know what the fucking problem is here. Because we're not, like, it would make sense if I was getting a hit on itself. That it was just right in front of my face. But I am literally getting a hit on that area over there somehow. For this line trace. Which let me just, like... Before I start placing multiple, let's just see if the... am I getting a hit result from this? What is that box collision on here? The build collision. Did I set that up right? I did overlap all. So overlap on visibility. Okay, so that should be... Is that being returned from the character trace at all? Yeah, I don't see any object actually returning. Let me go to the interactable trace and look through it. Out hits. So we do get 2 hits here on the interactable trace. I use Gemini a lot more now because besides Claude, it really improved lately. The thing is, like, when Gemini 2.5 first came out, it was actually fucking amazing, and I still think the best model we've ever seen. But they've hamstrung it since then, which is unfortunate, because it's like Gemini 2.5 Pro. There's like the May version, the June version, the the March 2.6 version that no one has access to anymore. That version was the best I've ever seen. Better than Claude 4. It was so good. But I'm guessing it was pretty expensive, so they've updated it, and now the latest versions of 2.5 aren't as good. And I think probably Claude 4, maybe even Claude 3.7 are better than it. But I do like the massive context window; it's quite nice. What's the game called? Right now, it's just my project. It doesn't have a name. I guess let's like step through this. So we have a hit. What is our hit on here? Hit result object is building area 1, which is the first one, right? Why do we have a hit on that? Or no, we should, right? This is the interactable trace. Yeah, we should. Actor is interactable. Does it not have an actor? What is get actor do here? Fetch actor. Oh, I guess I'm probably just not setting it up right. What's the actor class for? Is it like a service? An actor is just like a base game object, kinda. It's like the default whenever you want to make something in the world that like has a physical representation, it's an actor. And then you add little bits of functionality on that in components. Can't fucking tell. Get interaction. I think, hang on, let me rewrite this so I can actually, let's just hit actor. Yeah, give me that, and then we'll replace all those so I can actually like see. I'm gonna be right back while that runs, so give me just a sec, guys. Any real object in the game is an actor for the most part. Yeah, for the most part. Okay, we're back. Okay. So we're trying to figure this shit out. Oh yeah, we're doing the interaction thing. Okay, we moved. Okay, so I should be interacting with this now. I should. The actor is... Okay, so we hit the building actor. Actor is building. And it is. I guess we never get here, right? This interact distance is 300. 300 is what I'm passing to that? No wonder. I'm like literally never close enough to it. Where is interact distance coming from? Interactable trace. It's on... Oh, it's right here. Yeah, 300. That is, not very much. What if I look straight down? Yeah, and I know it's super glitchy. I know. I guess we just... Wait, 300 should be plenty. Fucking hell. Okay, no, we're good. We recovered. Oh, no, we did not. No, we did not. Yeah, it's getting a hit. Wait, what? That distance isn't... Player controller get focal location to hit dot impact point. Actor is building or actor is interactable or component is interactable. It is a building, so we've gotten here. Distance. The distance is 736 from the focal location. Does that look like from right here, or like, I guess it would be from his crotch. Because like I can interact with the mushrooms. I kind of feel like each thing needs to specify what distance it can be interacted from. That would allow it to be a lot more configurable. It just doesn't seem right. Let's draw these points. I guess I'm already probably drawing the impact point. Okay, you're not gonna auto-complete for me, are you? Size, let's just do like 10. Color. Blue. Okay, so we'll run live coding on that. And I see no blue. Wait, where is the blue point? Oh, is it inside me? Yeah. Sorry, this is a little personal. Yeah. Right there in the crotchular region. So that's 700 from his crotch to the red dot. Is 700. That's so strange because, like, when hang on, let me actually verify this real quick. Because I can go and interact with, like, the mushrooms and stuff. And apparently that's not too far away, but the... I don't know, I need to see what's different here. Oh god, why am I drawing it for every frame? I need to change that real quick. I thought I did already. The box is for one frame. Okay, well, I guess I just need to find some mushrooms. Hang on. I'm gonna do this just to get rid of the line traces. There we go. Let me find a mushroom. There's some mushrooms over there. Okay. look how far away I can take that one from. The hit actor is terrain chunk, and that actually makes sense. Yeah, the component mushroom. That distance is 200. From that dot to there is 200, you're telling me. What? That actually looks farther than 200. Just to make sure I'm looking at the right location that we get returned. Yeah. Yep. From the crotchular region straight to the mushroom. Make it make sense. Make it make sense. Wait, what is interaction distance here? Well, no, I looked at it. I looked at it, and it was 300, but the distance is 283 here. Okay, back to the test level. I said back to the test level, and then I immediately just started the same level again because I'm just so good at this. So make an area. Make an area. Okay, it's I know. It looks horrible. Okay, so there's no yellow. That's the issue. Yellow is, I don't know where that is. Where is yellow? Oh, okay, it's in the air above me. Okay, I think there's my issue then. Why is that impact point in the air? What are we working on this time? I'm trying to get my like building areas, like the player placed building areas actually placed properly. And it turns out all of my light traces and stuff are like being really bad. And so we would be doing the box trace. We would be doing the box trace. Not trace entities, box trace multi. I mean, that's what it would be returning from. Dude, the collision of this area is all, like, if that's... The collision of this box, of this thing, is all weird. There is no static mesh. How deep did the Google algorithm thing go yesterday? Oh, not very deep. I was just talking about how much there is. I didn't get into specifics or anything. Not that I'd be able to. Is he doing game? Yes, I am doing game. Okay, so, yeah, so I think just the issue is whatever this area's collision is being. The construction progress, hang on. Let's make sure that that doesn't return collision. And I guess, let me go to the base one. Don't I should probably have that set in the base. Definitely, yeah, we definitely don't want to block. I think I would want ignore on everything. Except for visibility and camera. Well, it's literally set to no collision, actually, so it doesn't even fucking matter. It's literally set to no collision. Okay. The static mesh does not exist. Oh, you know what? I wonder if we're like returning bounds or something on here and we shouldn't be. Did I override a bounds thing? That's kind of bad. Well, none of them are overridden. Yeah, I'm not overriding anything. I'm just starting to learn blueprints and I'm just messing around with debug shapes. Kind of cool, but does nothing for me right now. They're very useful though, so it's good to know that. You're gonna head out? Oh, well, thanks for stopping by. Take it easy. Take care. Oh, is this it? The default build collision. Is that it? Right, maybe set your size to, you know, actually 0 at first, right? I don't know if that matters. Oh my goodness, really? What is this? Why can't I check if you're a valid instance or not, huh? What more can I do? What more do you want from me? I've checked if you're valid. And this is a crash. What the fuck, man? Okay. How would you advise someone who wants to learn to code that has little experience? I would type that into Google. That's what I would do. I don't really have any specific tips for beginners or anything. I can tell you what I did. What I wanted to do, I learned best by like having a project. So I come up with something that I'm motivated to work on, and then I start figuring out how to do it by like just doing a lot of Googling. So I just try to break everything down to really, really small steps into the simplest version of what I want. And then I figure out how to do that. And then I learn along the way. So I learn just kind of as I need to. Okay, yeah, now I can. Now I can. And I can destroy it. Where am I drawing these goddamn boxes, by the way? Here. Get entities within box. Was I tracing for entities there? That response came off so sarcastic at first, but thanks for the reply. Yeah, I'm sorry. A lot of people just come in here and ask, and you know, everyone just needs to kind of, that's a journey you have to go on your own, kind of. Like, you have to learn what's best for you. And when people they come in here and they add, like, they're basically like, teach me. And I'm just like, it doesn't work like that. You have to figure out what's best for you. Like, I can't tell you what's best for you, you know? But there is a wealth of information online, and waiting for someone to tell you how to do something, like, you're just never going to get it done. You got to go out and do it for yourself. Everything you could ever want to know is online and for free. You just got to find it. Why? Yeah, I am not. Oh, I guess the interaction trace is getting entities within box. So let's just get rid of the persistent lines when we're doing debug drawing here. So that's why I say just type that into Google. Like, the answer to that is already out there. You don't need to wait for me to answer you. You can go find that answer for yourself, and it'll be personalized to you, rather than my own opinion of how you should code or whatever. Would you use Unreal or Godot for your first 3D project? Well, this is my first 3D project, and it is Unreal Engine. So, Unreal Engine was the answer. Okay. Oh, and if I get like too high... So high. Oh, it's because I'm not hitting the ground anymore. Interesting. So the top of the box is like static, or like one side of the box is like static, I suppose. Get area in location, calculate area, transform. I had that set to max at first. RPG? Yeah. RPG Colony Sim Roguelite is what I'm going for. And so I need to, I need some building areas for just like stockpiles and stuff like that. And I need to make them better, because as you can see, it's not too good. It's not too good. Oh, I hate noodles so much. And just navigating through blueprints sucks, man. The back button does not work very well. Placed location is get actor location. Why do I need to set that? Why did I do that way back when? You just need to move all this to C++. Yeah. It's kind of all built into the blueprints though. And like this is all like this is on a building object, so this is like extended functionality. Yeah, and the rotation I should maybe even initialize to the rotation that the camera is facing as well. You know? Because otherwise it's going to be axis aligned at all times. And I should probably have the grid snap too. Yeah, I might have to change all this actually. So I'm just using placed location. Is that minus placed location? So I guess the initial actor location is there. Let me like draw that area. Let me draw that. Radius 50, line color fucking red, sure. Duration, let's do like 10 seconds. That'll be good enough. Why did that break everything? Oh, editing blueprints at runtime still doesn't work very well. So it's like, it is up in the air a little bit, actually. It's like up in the air a little bit. I just happened to... It happened to be the exact same distance to the ground. Okay. So that'll be the building component's fault. I reopened the blueprints, and now all the tabs are out of order from what I had them in. Like, blueprints just kind of suck. I'm sorry, they just kind of suck a little bit around the edges. Is resizing area mode? Oh god, that scared the shit out of me. Burnt pineapples, thank you for the follow. You found the Twitch channel. Thank you. And welcome into Twitch. Update area size. I mean, I guess, where do I actually... I guess it'll be like in start build or something, right? Well, no, because I'll be in false get trace state result. It'll be the get foundation transform, right? Is this what we're hitting? Is this what I'm hitting? Yeah. So this transform is what? It's 0, 0, 0. Oh, it's because we haven't actually ran the function yet. Yeah. It's okay, it's at 50. So we're getting, yeah, it's snapped to 50. Yo, I joined on Twitch instead of YouTube. Yes, I did notice that. Thank you. Thank you for the follow. How have I gained? I have both gained and lost followers. We're back down to 400. That's okay. Happens. Use BP as a guide, but implement in your own way, as this will take so much time with beefy BP. Just gotta play follow the noodles. Follow the noodles. Is the hit location... It should be the impact point, probably. Z is 27. And the foundation transform here, it by default does grid snapping, which is fine. What is this? It's not what I want. The placement offset for... Why is the placement offset for this? It's zeros. What? Oh, I'm just adding it. This with that was 50. The in location was 50. Duh. Okay, now I have to find the tab that I was in before. And I can't just click the back button. Okay, so that location... Am I in grid mode at this point? I am. So we're going to be doing this path. Grid foundation, oh, that's where it's coming from. Okay, that's where it's coming from. So, yeah, I'm going to need to change a lot of this. I'm going to need to change a lot of that. This is like, this should be floor placeable as well, actually. Maybe so that probably is the easy fix to what we're doing. Buildings. Area. Wait, where do I set is floor placeable? Oh, I inherit from it. Right, I have to make it a floor placeable object. Okay, well this is gonna be fine. Now we get to change the class default to floor object. Support checkers. We're going to delete all of you. It has to have one floor object. It has to have a support checker. I want to delete that, but I don't want to destroy everything that extends from this. Let's make sure the support checker is still 0. So that still doesn't matter. Okay, that's fine. Okay, let's see how much of a difference that makes. Yeah, it's still starting with a 50. The 50 in the air. Which, where the fuck was that at? Oh my god, I hate it so much. That was here, that was there. So we're still getting there? Well, no, we're not actually. A prop transform. We're getting here. No? Oh, I'm not actually doing it. Duh. Okay, we're not getting there. We're not getting there either. What? Am I going fucking crazy right now? This happens on like tick. Why is this not happening? Why is this not happening? Also, I don't know why I would want to use out location here rather than out impact point. That seems odd. I was trying to give you bits, but I can't give my... Oh, dude, no worries. You don't have to do any of that. I don't expect anyone to give me anything. This is all just for... This is all just for funsies. But I appreciate the sentiment. It's very kind of you. Yeah, I'm going to change to impact point here. I don't know. That was apparently working for other... Oh, I need to, like, restart now. Yeah, just hanging out is all I care about. Yeah, but now, see, now it's like a 0. So now end location kind of needs to, well. Yeah. For funsies. Oh, when it goes this direction, it's fine. Well, no, we're getting the same like hit, the weird hit result here. This is so crazy to me that this is the okay, there it's like, oh, oh, this is so strange. I have no idea why that's hitting that. Why is that returning a trace right there? How long have I been streaming? I think over a year now. My partner anniversary was like last month, so some amount over 1 year. But I do have to go now. I do be having to go now. And yeah, I'm gonna need to like rework this system. Because I don't know if you guys have noticed, but it's not working great. Let me see if I can find someone to send you guys to. Following in the same category. Stevie Ray Drawn is doing Unreal Engine stuff. I'm gonna send you guys over there on Twitch. Those of you on Twitch, you're going to Stevie Ray Drawn. Good luck. Thank you. Good stream. Can't wait for the next. Thank you guys. Yeah, thanks for hanging out, everyone. I appreciate it. I have to go work now. So, but hopefully I'll see you guys again soon. So until next time, take care. And for those of you on YouTube, I don't know, YouTube Live Redirects just doesn't work very well.